Welcome back everyone to the channel. I hope you're all doing good. Today we are talking about a topic that has really sparked intense debate across the social media, television panels and comment sections just everywhere. The discussion started after comments from Vance in which he suggested that people should not feel pressured to apologize for being white. And as expected, reactions came from all sides, including celebrities, political commentators, and everyday Americans. So, now before we get into this, it's just important to remember that discussions about race and identity are often emotional and maybe deeply personal. Different people hear the same statement and interpret it in different many ways. So let me just continue rolling these clips. I'll be coming back with more commentaries, and in case of any thoughts, please kindly feel free to let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, stay tuned.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. And if you're an Asian, you don't have to talk around your skin color when you're applying for college, because we judge people based on who they are, not on ethnicity and things they can't control. We don't persecute you for being male, for being straight, for being gay, for being anything. The only thing that we demand is that you be a great American patriot, and if you're that, you are very much on our team.
I'm going to say this shit, and I don't give a fuck who cries in the comments. It's about to get real. I'm done apologizing for being white. I didn't own slaves. I didn't write Jim Crow. I didn't redline shit. I was born in the 1980s to a middle-class family that had to work for everything. I work 50-plus hours a week, pay my taxes, and I'm still told I'm the villain. Every day it's check your white privilege, do a land acknowledgement, post the black square, feel guilty for something I had zero to do with. No fucking way. My great-grandparents came off a boat from Germany with nothing. I've got black people in my family tree, and nobody in my bloodline ever owned a slave. You want a fucking apology? Dig up the dead. You want money? Call Congress, or better yet, fucking work for it like everybody else has to. I'm not your emotional punching bag, and I'm sure as hell not your ATM because my skin is lighter than yours. And let's be real, people who never pick cotton want a check from people who never owned a plantation. That's not justice, that's a shakedown. And these sniveling liberal white apologists crying online for sins they didn't commit, you're not brave, you're a fucking embarrassment. You apologize when you fuck up, not for history you weren't alive for. I'm sick of being told it's a crime to be a straight white man in this country. I go out of my way to treat people with respect until they give me a reason not to. I'm done bending the knee. I'm done whispering. I'm done disappearing into the background so you fucking feel comfortable. I'm picking my side. I'm not guilty. I'm not sorry. I never was. You can fucking stay mad. If you're done apologizing too, drop a comment below.
I don't have to apologize for being white anymore, which is a real time saver because I got my whole afternoon open now. So we can go get a hamburger or join the Klan, whatever you want to do.
I've lived a long time, always been white. I ain't apologized for it once. I didn't know I was supposed to be.
What is J.D. Vance talking about? Why is he so mean and stupid? I can't tell when he's just a weasel saying the most racist stuff that he doesn't officially believe, or has he talked himself into believing it, or was he always a racist little asshole? All he's saying is we're all being racist out loud now. Is that cool? Apologizing for being white is another example of shit that don't happen that the Trump administration takes credit for solving. J.D. Vance solved racism by making it work.
You know how J.D. Vance just said that we don't have to apologize for being white anymore? That's wild because I didn't know that white people were apologizing. I've never heard it. So I'll start. I'm sorry that white people fucked up the planet. I'm sorry that we're primarily responsible for global warming and the sixth mass extinction. I'm sorry that we've killed millions of creatures. I'm sorry for all the genocide, for going into people's countries and stealing their shit and then putting it in museums and charging them to see it. I'm sorry for colonization. I'm sorry for going around the world telling everyone that we're the best, and then taking everything that we could. I'm sorry for stealing music and art and creativity and telling everyone that it was ours when we stole it from someone else. I'm sorry for nuclear bombs, for being the only race of people to drop gigantic nuclear bombs on civilian populations. I'm sorry for slavery. I'm sorry for using religion to justify slavery. I'm sorry for using religion to justify white supremacy. I'm sorry that we stole Jesus and turned him into a white nationalist. I'm sorry that we stole an entire continent and then used all the resources of that continent to make shitty shit like Best Buy and Lazy Boys. We didn't even make good shit. We just made crap. And then we threw all of that crap into the ocean to kill all the creatures there. I'm sorry, creatures. I'm sorry for inventing the world's shittiest food and then exporting it all over the place. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King. I'm sorry about that shit. And most of all, I'm sorry for pretending that we are the victims, for victimizing an entire world for hundreds of years and then pretending like we're the ones who are the victims. I'm sorry.
You know, many supporters of J.D. Vance argue that his message is straightforward. They even say nobody should be made to feel guilty because of the color of their skin. And according to them, individuals should be judged based on their own actions and character rather than historical events they personally had nothing to do with. We have a lot of supporters who flooded social media saying that race-based guilt helps nobody and only creates more division. They believe that modern society should focus on personal responsibility and equal treatment instead of assigning blame based on race. On the other hand, critics immediately pushed back. Some celebrities and activists even argued that the issue is not about individual guilt, but about acknowledging historical realities and understanding how past discrimination can still affect people today. So they say that recognizing history is different from demanding personal apologies. And that's where the debate really exploded. One side had nobody should apologize for being white, and the other side had people are ignoring the impact of historical racism. So those are two very different conversations, and social media quickly turned the disagreement into a culture war battlefield. And what I found interesting is how quickly the discussion shifted away from the original statement and became a larger argument about identity politics in America. You know, many celebrities voiced concerns that comments like these can oversimplify complicated issues, and others responded by saying that celebrities often live in a completely different world from ordinary people and don't understand the frustrations of everyday Americans. And as a result, the internet did what it always does. People picked teams. And some users praised G.D. Vance for saying what they believe many Americans are already thinking but are afraid to say publicly. Yes, and you know what? What I was saying is that many celebrities voiced their concerns, and comments like this can oversimplify complicated issues. Yes, so they praised J.D. Vance, and others accused him of creating unnecessary division during a time when the country is already politically polarized. And honestly, this reaction says a lot about the current state of public discourse. It seems that almost every statement involving race immediately becomes a national controversy, and people are no longer just debating ideas. They are debating what those ideas represent. For some Americans, Vance's comments represents freedom from collective guilt, and for others, the comments represents a refusal to confront difficult aspects of history. And what's fascinating is that both groups often believe they are defending fairness. One side defines fairness as treating everyone equally regardless of race, and the other defines fairness as recognizing historical disadvantages and trying to address them. So neither side believes they are being unreasonable, which is why these debates become so intense. Meanwhile, social media platforms were filled with clips, reactions, and heated arguments. Some celebrities expressed outrage, others surprisingly agreed with Vance, yes, and millions of viewers jumped into the discussion with opinions of their own. And the result was another viral political moment that dominated online conversations. And whether people support or oppose the J.D. Vance statement, one thing is clear that Americans are still wrestling with questions about race, identity, history, and also responsibility. And these conversations aren't going away anytime soon. The bigger question may not be whether someone should apologize for being white. The bigger question might be how a diverse society can discuss race honestly without immediately assuming the worst intentions from people who disagree. And because if every conversation starts with accusation or conversation, starts with accusations and outrage, meaningful dialogue becomes almost impossible. And at the end of the day, most people want a society where individuals are treated with respect and dignity. And the disagreement is about how to get there. And that's why comments like this generate such powerful reactions. They are not just about one politician or one statement, they are about larger questions that America continues to debate. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think J.D. Vance was simply defending the idea that nobody should feel guilty because of their race? Or do you think critics have a valid point about the importance of acknowledging history and its effects? Just drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video. This video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes as well.